Guys, if you like making money, which I know you do not want to miss this one. In today's episode, we are discussing pressure washing business advice, and the topic actually that we're discussing is things that bring you high profits in the pressure washing business, high profitability. So, you know, the reason why I decided to do this, guys, is a tremendous amount of you email me, reach out to me, and you talk about all of these things that you want to accomplish in the pressure washing business. And what I've noticed is the vast majority of you sort of like, you're like a ship without a rudder. You just don't really know which direction you should really go in. And that's why this video is definitely for you. So let's get into it. Guys, I got like 5-6 things on this one for you guys. And trust me, if you take my advice, and that is really the essence of this channel, guys, is for you guys not to make the mistakes that I made when I started my my pressure washing business. So help you guys to be able to avoid these mistakes that are going to cost you time, energy, effort, and money. Okay, number one thing that I got for you on this one is this. So, you know, since you guys are new to the business, and how I define someone that's new to the business is under 3 years and you're making less than $10,000 a month. Okay, so if that's you, this is describing you, then this is definitely for you. Now, if you've been in the business for over 3 years and you're making $20,000-$30,000 a month, well, guess what? At least what you can get out of this this episode is a refresher for you to make sure that you're doing some of these things that we're talking about on this list. So let's get into it. Number one, downstreaming. Now, something I talk a lot about on my channel. I have a lot of videos where I'm downstreaming houses. As a matter of fact, the previous 2 episodes to this one, this is episode, it's either 62 or 63. The previous 2 episodes, they are downstreaming episodes. So if you want to see those, make sure you go back and you watch those. But again, guys, I have tons of episodes on this channel where we are downstreaming a house. And this is why I love downstreaming so much. To me, this is the most versatile system out there for new guys. Now, if you like me, I'm in my 11th year, and if you know you have multiple crews and you've been in the game a long time, there's other systems. Like I love my AR-45 system, but I would not recommend that for a new guy. For a new guy, downstreaming is something where it's super safe to do because the chems are not very hot. And then the other thing is, a lot of times when you're doing concrete, that's how you're going to sauce up the concrete to be able to do your concrete cleaning. So that's why I say it's a lot more versatile, because you can cover it. Like, it's really good for a lot of different surfaces. Like, for example, vinyl siding, aluminum siding, all kinds of different types of siding. Now, when we're talking about stucco, you might need to go stronger sauce or soft washing. But the bottom line, guys, is if you want to really dig into the business and learn the business from the ground up, I would start with downstreaming. Again, guys, what this is a breaking off point. It's a point for you to where you're going to start your business and your focus of your business is going to be downstreaming. Now, I've mentioned this before. Downstreaming, the word itself comes from a part. It's called a downstream injector, and that is actually the part that draws the chemical and dumps the chemical into your line for you to be able to, you know, put solution onto a person's house. So I would highly recommend you guys not try to focus on doing a bunch of different types of you know, services within your pressure washing business. I would first focus on doing like 2 or 3 main services, and that downstreaming being one of them. Because again, downstreaming is something that you can learn. Well, you can learn it in a couple of days, a couple hours to a couple of days. But in order for you to truly master it, it's some number between 100 houses to 1,000 houses. So, for example, if you're starting in a pressure washing business right now, right around this time next year, you're going to be a downstreaming Kung Fu master. So, you know, the reason why I like downstreaming so much, guys, because again, you can do it with a 4-gallon-a-minute machine. You don't need like super top-notch fancy equipment. All you guys out there that are super worried about getting really fancy equipment because you think that that's the way to go, guess what, guys? I'm here to tell you that that's not the way to go. Where you need to spend your dollars, the vast majority of your dollars, I would say 70 to 80% of your dollars is in the marketing. Make sure you have a good website, Google My Business, social media, boots on the ground marketing. Again, guys, we just did a marketing series, episode 51 through 59, where we broke down for you guys and did a deep dive into how to market your business for the pressure washing business. Highly suggest, if you've already seen that, go back, watch it 2, 3, 4 times. Okay, I highly recommend that because you'll be able to take things on there and be able to utilize great concepts on there to be able to grow your pressure washing business. But the bottom line, guys, going back to downstreaming, it's super easy to do. It's super safe for, you know, for home and for plants. I mean, you don't want to leave the chemical in the plants, but what I'm saying is it's not as powerful as the soft washing chemical. So again, when you're trying to learn the business, I would not try to learn the business doing soft washing first. I would do downstreaming first. And again, downstreaming is when you're using a pressure washer and you're activating that part that's called a downstream injector. So what you're going to do is, and for the purposes of this episode, this is not a how to downstream episode. Like you can just go back and I have like, I don't know, 12, 13, 14 episodes where we teach you guys how to downstream a house. But the bottom line is you're not using a ladder. You're cleaning the house with with solution. And, you know, so it's super safe. You don't, you know, it's not going to be super hard on your body. You can get a house wash done in, I don't know that you know what? Now that I think of it, there's not a single house wash that we've done on this channel that we took more than 45 minutes to 50 minutes. Like it's like that, guys. And you're averaging anywhere between, you know, $399 up to $700, $800 to do a house wash. And so that's a lot of good money for you guys. And again, what I want, the purpose of this episode for me, you guys, is for me to focus you, for me to point you in the right direction. And that direction should be that the first thing you should focus on is, like, I'm going to learn how to downstream like a boss. Actually, you know, so funny. My previous episode is called that, Downstream a House Like a Boss. You want to be able to do eventually. I'm not saying this right now, guys, okay? Listen to me. I'm not saying you're going to do this tomorrow, but I want you to be able to do 6 to 8 houses. Like at least a solid good 5 to 7 houses a day downstreaming. If you're out there for 8-9 hours, only takes you an hour. If your houses are close to each other and you're doing a lot of target marketing like we talked about in the marketing series, you're going to be able to get that done, make some great money. And then this is the thing, guys. And this is what I really want for you. When you're going through this downstreaming, learning how to downstream process, it's going to get you to become an expert on how your system works. How, for example, how you make a siphon tube, how to properly maintain your equipment. And by that I mean the maintenance on the equipment, like oil changes and doing tune-up on the machines, but also how to flush out the chemicals from your line. All of those things are operational things that you're going to learn as you're going through this learning how to downstream a house correct journey, if you will, that you're going to go through. And again, downstreaming, guys, you can average anywhere between $350 all the way up to $600-700 an hour if you learn how to master that skill. And again, guys, this is a skill. The more you do it, the more you practice, the better you get at it. But like I always tell you, it's like I always tell you guys, don't just go out there and practice without knowing what you're doing. Watch all of the channels, all of the videos on Mr. Bubble's channel that talk on the subject of, that show you guys how to do it. and copy what we do there on the video, because you know we've been doing this for years and years and years and years. And whenever you see me out there doing a house wash, guys, I've done over 10,000 house washes myself. Okay, as a company, we've done over 30. So you know we have years and years and years and years and years of practice of how to do it out in the field. Highly suggest you guys utilize those systems and copy those systems for yourself. So the number one thing I want you to focus on is how to downstream a house correctly. You're going to make a lot of money doing that. Number two, as you become comfortable and confident in your ability to downstream a house, I want you to add concrete cleaning to that. And what I mean by concrete cleaning, I mean patios, driveways, basements, stairwells. Guys, we make a tremendous, and I mean a tremendous amount of money doing driveway cleanings. You know, a lot of people, you know, they it's all about that curb appeal. You know what I mean? They all want to have the nicest looking house in the neighborhood. So whenever you see, for example, one of the things I do a lot when I'm out there marketing, I always keep an eye for those individuals, those homes that have really good landscaping, that you can tell that they have a professional landscaper, because those are people that you see take pride in the overall appearance of their property. So I know that they're going to want to have nice walkways, nice driveways, nice sidewalks in front of their property. So concrete cleaning, the reason why I like it so much, it's because in a weird kind of way, it's low tech, because all you're using is a surface cleaner. But one of the reasons why I really like it is a lot of times it's the thing that goes from the grimiest to the shiniest. You know what I'm saying? Like, you'll see a concrete and it's like all black and dirty and filthy and full of mold, and then you're cutting it, man, with that surface cleaner, and you just see how clean it looks. There's something therapeutic about it that I like a lot. It makes for some great, awesome before and after pictures. But what I really like about it is the amount of money, guys. Like, we're charging, our bare minimum to do a driveway is $250. So I'll give you guys an example. You're out there, you're going to do a house wash for $399. That's $400. Plus $250 for the driveway. That's a $650 day. A lot of you guys don't even make that in a week. I remember it wasn't too long ago where I was making that in a week, working a 40-hour schedule. And you're going to be able to downstream a house and then do that driveway within a 2-hour window, let's say. I would say right around there. Now, of course, guys, we've always talked about this. You got to have experience, chemical knowledge, and you're going to have pretty good equipment for you to be able to do that now. So you got to make sure that you're working on those three things right there. So if you have a year in the field, you know how to downstream a house, you've already upgraded your system from a 4-gallon-a-minute machine to a 5-gallon-a-minute machine. So now you have that 20-inch surface cleaner, right? It's actually, that surface cleaner, by the way, is in the description below. It's in the link for Amazon. That's where we get it. So I highly suggest you get that. We have like 8 or 9 of those here. Each one of our trucks has at least one of them. That yellow surface cleaner you guys see a lot on all of my videos. So anyway, guys, concrete cleaning, super easy to do. I put the headset, you know, the Bluetooth headset, guys. I listen to podcasts and I just go, and I absolutely love concrete cleaning, because again, you're not using a lot of chems, so there's not a lot of cost. You know, whenever you're doing concrete cleaning, I mean, it's rare that it takes more than an hour and a half, you know, and you're pairing that up with the house. And a lot of times when we have these concrete jobs, what happens is we give them to a 2-man system. So we have one guy, you know, downstreaming the house while the other one's doing the concrete cleaning. You guys that are out there on your own, what you're going to do is you're going to do the house 100% first. Of course, as you're saucing up the house, you're going to sauce up the driveway. Then you're going to do the house 100%, because you don't want the chemical sitting too long in the house. Rinse off all of the chemical off of the siding, the windows, the plants. Then you're going to finish off the driveway, and at the very end of the driveway, you're going to add the concrete cleaner. And again, guys, I have a bunch of driveway videos on my channel. So anyway, highly suggest become a Kung Fu master in downstreaming, and then add some concrete cleaning to that. So I'm going to give you guys a great example. If you're starting out your business, right? You focus on becoming a Kung Fu master in downstreaming. You add concrete cleaning, surface cleaning to your bag of tricks. So let's say every job that you sell, you're going to add the walkway or the sidewalk. And usually the walkway, by the way, when we sell our driveway, it includes all the way up to the door. So it includes the stoop, the walkway, and the driveway, right? So, but anyway, so if you're going to do that, you're going to charge anywhere between $200 to $300. So if you charge, let's say, you know, you're starting out, let's say you charge $299 for the house and $200 for the driveway. Guess what, guys? That's $499. Let's round it off, say $500. So if you're charging $500 a day to downstream the house and then surface clean their concrete driveway, you're gonna make $500 on that job. You do that 2 times a day, that's $1,000. You work 20 days out of the month, that's $20,000 a month. So my question to you is this: how many of you make $20,000 a month? Exactly. Very few of you, if none of you. So you see what I'm saying here, guys? You guys don't have to do everything in a mama. You don't have to do roof cleaning, and you have to do all kinds of crazy stuff that, you know, some of you guys are sending me. I say focus on 2, 3 things, and you master one, move to the other, then you move to the other. And number 3 that we're talking about on this list is soft washing. And a lot of you guys are confusing soft washing with downstreaming. And I'm gonna put it to you like this: if you're using a pressure washer, you're downstreaming. Okay? If you're using your whatever it is that you have, your Simpson, your Honda engine, whatever it is that you have, if you're using that and you're using a chemical injector, you are downstreaming. Now, if you're using a pump, like a 12-volt pump connected to a battery, you are soft washing. You know, I can't remember what the episode was, but I did an episode on my channel where I did like a shed. It was a $200 shed. You guys can look for it on my channel. It was like a shed wash, soft washing a shed, and it took me 20 minutes. It was a $200 job. Again, it took me 20 minutes, and I did it with a pump-up sprayer, a 2-gallon pump-up sprayer. Guess what, guys? That's downstreaming. There's also a video on my channel. If you guys look at deck cleaning, I have a video on there where like the first 10 minutes, all you see me doing is put with the pump sprayer, I soft wash this deck with a pump sprayer. Then the solution that's in there did the trick, killed all the bacteria, all the mildew that was on that deck. Then I came through and I pressure washed it. You see what I'm saying, guys? So soft washing is low pressure, anything under 200 psi. Psi stands for pounds per square inch. So under 200 psi, so low pressure, and you're not using a pressure washer. Again, guys, if you're using a pressure washer, you are not soft washing. You're downstreaming because you're using the pressure washer to apply chemical. In both scenarios, you're using some form to apply chemical, because you're also using chemicals when you're soft washing. However, when you're downstreaming, it's because you're using a downstream injector, and it's being run through your pressure washer. Okay, so soft washing is going to be really good. So once you're an expert at downstreaming, you've added a bunch of concrete cleaning. Okay, so you're mixing the pressure washing with your downstreaming so you can make more money. The next thing is you're going to add soft washing. I just use the example, especially you guys that are starting out, you're not going to be able to afford a $2,000-$3,000 soft washing system. So what I recommend for you is start out with the pump sprayers. That's what I did. As a matter of fact, I think I've mentioned this before. Guys, like the first, I want to say 4 or 5 roofs that I did with a backpack sprayer. Remember those backpack sprayers you see the guys with the landscaping? You know, it has like a little pump like this. It's 5 gallons in your back. That's what I used. And then little by little, I went saving money until I could afford a proper soft wash system. You see what I'm saying? And I actually put it together. It's not that complicating, but the bottom line is a lot of you guys are not going to be able to do that. So what I recommend first is start with a pump-up sprayer. Start getting some money out there. You saw that work that I did with that shed. I mean, you can get out there and do lots and lots of jobs, small fence jobs, small deck jobs, just with a pump-up sprayer. Then as you got money rolling in, then you invest and you buy yourself a Fat Boy 7-gallon-a-minute pump and the hoses and the hose reels and the whole nine. The bottom line, guys, is first you have to become a master at A, then move to B, and then you're at C. It's going to take you about a year of experience also for you to learn how to master soft washing. And by the way, I've mentioned this multiple times on my channel before. I do not recommend roof washing for guys that have under, I would say, 1,000 houses under your belt of experience. Because guys, guess what? I have 11 years in the business, and the only times in my career that I've lost money, it's been when I was doing roof washing. So I do not recommend that until you're able to learn more about your systems and your chems and plant protection, and all of that stuff is going to come with time out in the field. So anyway, when you're starting out, you're going to focus on doing things like, you know, small decks, small wooden fences, you know, little projects that you can soft wash. And then also, what I'll say about that is this: certain houses, certain material like aluminum siding, you got stucco. It's extremely difficult to wash stucco with just with downstreaming. So you're going to have to incorporate a little bit of soft washing into it, especially you guys down there that are in places like Florida and other places where most of your houses are stucco. You're going to need soft washing as a complement to your downstreaming for you to be able to get some of those houses done down there. So again, you see how this is going, guys? Like, you want to master downstreaming, you're adding a bunch of concrete and become really good at that. And when I say, guys, become really good at concrete, you're following the system. Again, I recommend you watch all the videos we've done on that, because I have a system where you're saucing up the concrete, then you're using your white tip to create a border, then you're surface cleaning it, then you're rinsing out the dirty water, and then finally you're going to apply some concrete brightener to that. That's how the pros do it. And again, I've mentioned this in multiple emails before. Multiple videos. I will email you my secret sauce that I use for concrete cleaner. Here in the company, we refer to it as Goofy Juice. That's what we use when we spray over concrete. You guys have seen tons of videos on mine where I do that. And I will send you my formula for my Goofy Juice. Okay? So there you go. So now you know how to downstream. You have a couple hundred houses under your belt. You're doing a bunch of driveways and basement stairwell. Guys, you're going to make so much money when you partner up concrete cleaning with downstreaming, and then you add a little bit of soft washing to that. It's going to be crazy. And then here's the next thing on my list. I've talked about this. I've mentioned this a couple times, actually. This year in 2023, guys, guess what? We're going to make a little over $300K just in gutter cleaning. Just in gutter cleaning. But guess what? We did not do any gutters before our year number 7. So my first 6 years, and that's why I wanted to give you guys this comprehensive list, because I don't want you guys to go out there and be like, oh, I'm going to do all of these things, and then what happens is you're not very good at the essential things that you need, the things that people really care about. People really care about what their home, what their house looks like. So you want to make sure you get really, really awesome at doing the actual house wash itself. And then second to that, all the concrete around the house. Now, whenever we're at a house, we always try to upsell the gutter. Gutter cleaning is something that, man, it gives you an extremely, that's why, we're talking about high profits. I don't know too many things that give you a higher profit than gutter cleaning, guys, because, there's so many jobs where we made more money off the gutter cleaning than we did the house wash. We just went to do a townhouse wash a couple weeks ago. It was like a 3-story one. The townhouse was $399, but we charged $475 for the gutter. And either way, it was a 2-man team. We were only there for an hour and a half. You see what I'm saying? Because nobody wants to get on a huge ladder and go up there, because your liability is through the roof. It's super dangerous. So you want to make sure that you add that, because it's extremely, extremely low tech. And guess what? Guess what, guys? When you learn how to do gutters correctly, you're going to do them man, at an amazing rate. Like, it is rare that it takes me more than an hour to do a gutter. Most gutters, if I were to throw an average, I would say around 45 minutes, guys, because it does not take you that long if you have the proper equipment. And that's why we did a video on the channel where we talked about all the equipment, all the different tools and stuff that you need for gutter cleaning services. But again, guys, that's something I highly recommend for you guys, because again, you're not going to spend any money. You might spend 100, maybe 200 bucks, maybe, because like the ladder, let's talk about the ladder. Either way, for pressure washing, you're going to need a 24-foot ladder regardless. So you already have the ladder. You need a bucket, you need some gloves, you need a couple hand tools, and a blower. And guess what? The blower, we use it in pressure washing all the time. We recently did a big, huge a pool deck, and there was a bunch of leaves on the pool deck. We just used a blower, boom, 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 cleaned everything out. Then we went through our concrete cleaning system, right? So the bottom line, guys, I wouldn't jump into gutter cleaning right away. Like I said, first you want to practice downstreaming, then add some concrete cleaning, get knowledgeable when it comes to soft washing. Then when you feel comfortable with those three things, that's when you want to add gutter cleaning. Guys, when you go to a person's house, since you're already washing the house, what you're going to begin to be able to develop the ability to know from the ground that the gutter needs to be cleaned out. And then you can knock on the door and you can tell her, hey, Mrs. Smith, I'm sorry to bother you. I'm almost done, but I noticed that your gutters are really clogged. When was the last time you got them cleaned? She's going to be like, oh my God, I don't think we've done it since we moved here. Oh, well, since we're here today, normally we would charge you $389, $350 to get that done, but because we're here today, we can do it for $299 or $250. Boom, just like that. And that segues real nice into what we're talking about next. Guys, if you want to make a lot of money in this business, high profitability, it's all about the upsell. And that's number 5, upselling. Guys, this is something that I didn't really understand. As your mentor here in this space, the industry, the pressure washing industry, I'm going to tell you where the money is really at is in upselling. Because it costs money to get a customer, it costs money to drive out there, it costs money to, a lot of it with your chemicals and all of your equipment. But guess what? Because you're already at the property, so when you get that, for example, I'll give you guys a great example. I recently did a house. It was a $350 wash. Okay, it was this was about 3 weeks ago. It's actually in one of the episodes that's coming up. I'll announce it to you guys when it comes. But so it's a $350 wash, right? And it was the last house of my day. And I noticed that the person had like a 8x8 composite deck that had a little bit of green just on the rails, and then they had a basement stairwell that was like real nasty, but it was really small, only had 4 steps. So I knocked on the guy's door and I said, hey, listen, normally it would cost you $250 to clean that up, but because I'm here on site, we can do it today for just an extra $200. Your total bill is only going to come out to $550, but we're going to knock out your deck and your basement stairwell. And he goes, oh yeah, please go ahead and add that. Boom. That's an extra $200. Guys, some of you guys listen to this, you don't even make $200 in a day. So imagine just adding a couple things, and guess what? It took me an hour and 45 minutes to do the entire job. That's including the deck, including the basement stairwell. So that's where you guys want to be. You want to make sure that when you get out there, my general rule of thumb is this, guys. You want to be, I'd like to be in a $200 to $300 range. That's right where you want to, as a new guy. I like to be in a $400 to $600 range for me personally because of my experience with sales. But for you guys that are new, you want to be in that $200 to $300 range when it comes to upselling. Now, I'm going to give you guys a great tip here when it comes to sales and upselling, and it is this. It's the old adage, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Let me repeat that. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So again, when we're talking about upselling now, and you're already at the property. So what you're going to do is you're going to identify something in this house. Maybe it's the back of the house. Maybe it's their organic garden. Maybe they have an amazing looking deck. Maybe maybe the guy's into cars and he has a bunch of really old cars that he fixes. Whatever it is, you're going to identify something in this house that is a source of pride for the owner of that house. Then when you go around to talk to them, you're going to say, hey, what an amazing organic garden you have. Man, those are some of the biggest tomatoes I've ever seen in my life. How did you learn how to do that? The guy's going to blah, 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 blah about his organic garden. At the end of that, you know, you're going to be like, wow, that's amazing. Hey, you know, while I was back there, I noticed your basement stairwell is full of mold. I show him a picture. You know, normally my company charges $100 to do that, but because I'm here right now, we can do it for $75. So I wanted to check with you before I did it. You want to go ahead and add that? Guess what, guys? 99 out of 100 times, they're saying yes to that. You see what I'm saying? Because first, I understand that concept that I just told you. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So I built a relationship with that person, right, by talking to them about something they really like and building rapport with people. That's what also, when we talk about customer service, that's what great customer service is. Being able to communicate, being friendly and helpful with people. So that's a great tip for you guys. Remember, I'll say this again because it's so important, and I think it should be a philosophy that manages your company. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Use that sales technique right there, guys, to get a bunch of up sales in your company. Okay, so those are the 5 things, and I wanted to give you guys one extra one because I like you guys so much. I'm going to give you this. So a lot of you guys are focusing your money on the wrong thing. I kind of touched on this a little bit in the beginning. You guys are dumping so much money in equipment, right? You should be dumping more of your money in marketing, okay? Or at the very least 50-50 if you're going to do it that way. I would dump 75-80% of my money. Guys, when I started this business, I bought a $50 pressure washer at, what is that called? Craigslist. I don't even think Craigslist exists anymore. That pressure washer lasted me like 3 weeks. And then I started down the Lowe's and Home Depot sort of way. And then eventually, I remember I had a DeWalt 3.5, 4,200 PSI, 3.5 GPMs. That I had that for like 6-7 months. And I remember as if it was yesterday. It wasn't until my 3rd year. Guys, 3 years in the business before I had my first commercial unit. And it was a 4 GPM machine, Honda 390, and I had that for 2 more years, okay? Some of you guys are dumping all of your money into these expensive rig systems when you should be focused on marketing. That is what's going to get you high dollar profits, is getting good customers, and that comes from image and branding. Again, I point you guys to episode 51, my marketing series, okay? But anyway, I'm going to give you guys these 3 tips. You guys should be developing for yourselves a boots on the ground marketing strategy for your company. I want you to do these 3 things. Number 1, you're going to have 6x9 postcards, the ones with you know, nice before and after picture. Again, I will email you, no problem. I'll send you my my marketing blueprint for you guys. It has a copy of my 6x9 on there that you're welcome to copy it and make it your own in your industry, in your market over there. So you're going to have, again, that's going to be the foundation of your boots on the ground marketing strategy. Your 6x9 postcards. Get yourself 100-yard signs that you're going to use to target certain neighborhoods with really, really nice houses. Finally, you're going to have a face-to-face business, or business to business, also residential to residential. The bottom line is you're going to have a door-to-door marketing strategy. And this is what I want you guys to do. When you pick up a customer, okay, you're going to do what I call the 5 arounds, right? You guys have all heard me say this. You're going to take that 6x9. It's going to go in the door on the right, the door on the left to where you are, and the 3 houses in front. But I want you guys to go a step further. You're actually going to knock on those 5 around houses and do what's called an elevator pitch. Now, An elevator pitch is just a pitch that takes 30 seconds or less, okay? And it's gonna go like this. All you're gonna do is you're gonna knock on the door and you're gonna say, hey, sorry to disturb you. I'm doing the house next door. I wanted to apologize in advance for the noise. And by the way, since I'm here, here's my flyer. If you guys happen to need, house washing or pressure washing services, please call me. I take care of a lot of folks here in the neighborhood. 30 seconds in and out. So you have an elevator pitch, right? You have an elevator pitch that you're going to use. And, this is going to help you focus on and practice more than anything is how to do sales. Again, elevator pitch. You knock on that door. The person comes out. And ma'am, I'm so sorry to disturb you. We're pressure washing the house next door, your neighbor. And I wanted to apologize in advance for the noise. But hey, since I'm already here, here's my flyer. Whenever you guys need pressure washing, house washing services, I'll take care of you. I do a lot of folks here in the neighborhood. In and out. So there you go, guys. Get your 6x9 postcards. Again, I'll send you my marketing blueprint for you guys. Get your 100 yard signs. You can pick those up at cheapyardsigns.com. That's one of my vendors. And then finally, make sure you have a sound door-to-door marketing strategy, a great pitch, and I just gave you guys one. Just go out there, practice, and practice. That's all I got for you guys today. I really appreciate you coming to my channel and watching this how to run a profitable pressure washing business video. I highly recommend you guys watch the next episode as well. Guys, in that episode, we're actually going to be soft washing a house. We just did two episodes where we were downstreaming a house. Now we're going to show you how to soft wash a house. So make sure you tune in for that one. Also, I mentioned this several times here in this episode. Guys, email me. I love interacting with you guys. I answer all of my emails. I'll send you guys, sales pitches that I have. I'll send you guys the marketing blueprint for you guys, which is going to do wonders for you and help you out in your pressure washing business, okay? Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bubbles out.